Good morning. It's Monday, November 27th. I am low energy Gary today. Reason I'm low energy is I've caught a sickness, a cold. So I'm going to try and make this less than 10 minutes. The newsletter will be out. In fact, I did a collaboration with My Weekly Stock, and I did that video over here on YouTube. I'll put a link to it in the newsletter, but My Weekly Stock, his pick this week is Intel. So you can see why he picked Intel if you go over to myweeklystock.substack.com. If you want, I will link to it on my newsletter. If you want any of the links that I go over, it's in Linktree, linktr.ee/dailystockpick. You can sign up for my newsletter down here at the Substack. It is dailystockpick.substack.com. So either one, you can go and look at it, but go watch the video. I put it out yesterday, tried to get it before his email went out, but he and I will be doing more collaborations in the future. So you're aware. What do we have on the markets? The futures are down. There's nothing really going on. It's going to be a quiet day. Enjoy your Cyber Monday. Buy your crap on Amazon. There was a news story from Seeking Alpha that I noticed this morning, and there's a ton of news stories on Shopify in particular. I get a ton of this in my email because I am a big shareholder of Shopify. I just continue to add it. I haven't sold it. I have it long term. I have it short term. I just continue to add this one. They announced that they had a huge Black Friday. Increased sales year over year, 22% compared to last year. So huge gains on that one. We're looking at Shopify. It's in the core portfolio. It's one of those stocks. I've said it's going to 80 at some point in time this year. We can look at this one from a long-term standpoint. You're still below the 200-day. The 200-day is at 81. It's trading at $72 right now in pre-market. The 50-day just turned positive. The 200-day never really went negative. You're just a beaten down stock. It is expensive. Understand, it is expensive. But I have no fear in making sure that you trim a little bit on this one. You can trade around this one because it is so volatile. Its forward PE is 67. 67. They're losing money. They're not making money. It's up 102% year to date. The average target price is 69. Yeah, 69. My eyes deceive me. I think it's an $80 stock. I mean, I've said that when it was at 50. I thought it was an $80 stock. I said back here when it was trading in October, 45, I said it's an $80 stock. I think it's an $80 stock. Solid play here. The Qs. Let's go over the Qs, because the Qs on the 4-hour algorithm, you're still in. You're starting to see a little button hook. This is going to be a light week of trading. The RSI is at 69. The MACD is way up here at about 7 or 8 on the oscillator. It's starting to trend a little bit downward. You might have a tick down. I said last week I would sell my TQQQ. I haven't. I'm just holding it. I'm waiting for the algorithm to really tell me to get out or for it to lose its confirmation. If it loses its confirmation under that 9-day, I'm going to get rid of it. In fact, what am I doing from now until the year end? I outlined it in my newsletter. Tax loss harvesting season is upon us. Strategies I'm using. You can see if you go down here, I think down below this is paid content. And it's just an outline of what I'm doing. I even outlined, this is a $50,000 sell last year from Exxon. This one is one of the scans that I did, GBTC. This one, I missed out on $33,000. I sold this for $11,000 last year in a tax loss harvesting session. It's up 124% year to date. I lost it because I just sold out of it. I trimmed Apple last year. I trimmed Microsoft last year. Here's the conclusion. I went over all of this in this newsletter. So if you want to see it, you can go over to dailystockpick.substack.com and check out that newsletter. It's the latest one that I wrote. But GBTC, I just did the scans. GBTC in the 4-hour got another cross up. This has been crazy. This has been a crazy, crazy stock. Now, over the past 2 years, if you listen to my algorithm, you made 26% in this stock. If you just bought and held it, you've lost 31%. That is the solid play on a lot of these volatile stocks. My 4-hour algorithm makes you money in a lot of these, because remember, it was written around COVID time. It was supposed to save me from COVID. And if you're interested, TrendSpider has a Cyber Monday deal going on right now. It's the same one as the Black Friday, spoiler. But I am not including 6 months of my paid newsletter. I will include that later through the holiday season, but that was just for Black Friday. So the 3 or 4 people that signed up yesterday on TrendSpider that I haven't gotten to, there were more that actually took advantage of this, but I will send you the newsletter, the free complimentary 6-month thing, and the welcome letter for TrendSpider, where you can import all my algorithms, all of my scanners, all of my watch lists, everything that I use to look at these things. You'll get for free if you just sign up for TrendSpider. But the Cyber Monday deal is up to 82% off. Again, if you listen to me for a while, the yearly prepay is the best one. Sign up. When I travel, when I'm sick, I don't want to do this show, so you can do it on your own as well. So let's see. Oh, yeah. The Seeking Alpha deal, by the way, is still going on too. I think it's $169, somewhere around there. It's 30% off the premium. The link is in the link tree right here. If you just click on this Seeking Alpha link tree, you'll get, it's even more than $50 off. It says $50 off, but it's a Black Friday deal that goes till, I think, this Friday. But if you're interested in that one, I really like Seeking Alpha. And the Black Friday deal is the best one. Seeking Alpha gives me a whole bunch, and I'm going to do a video on that in a little bit. Let's take a look at Tesla, because Tesla has their CyberTruck event coming up on Thursday of this week. It's a big one. I'll include this in the newsletter. This is a Tesla Tari, but it's CyberTruck first delivery and event details. They're going to do it up. There's been some news on it, nothing crazy, but Cybertrucks are out in force at some of the Tesla dealerships. Nothing in New Jersey, nothing in Atlanta. I'd have to travel down to Maryland to see it. I am planning on getting a Cybertruck. Not one of the first ones. I made that mistake with my Model 3, even though I still have my Model 3. I still love my Model 3. It is unbelievable when you get software updates and it feels like a new car. But I will get a Cybertruck. They made a special cleaner, by the way. But where's Tesla? Tesla's up 0.36%. I mean, I do think you're getting this gap. Well, you filled that gap. You filled that gap up to 245. I'd expect it to kind of trade just nominally. They're dealing with a strike issue. If you go over here too, this is what's crazy. And this is what I really like about Seeking Alpha, is I can type in Tesla and I can just glance down here. Tesla sues Swedish government over strike impact. Rivian Automotive is Needham's only buy-rated EV stock. You can look at some of the analysis that some of the TrendSpider Seeking Alpha folks have done. Right now, Tesla is a hold. So I wouldn't necessarily trade into this. If you're feeling FOMO and you want to get into Tesla, what I would suggest, which is where I go, is XLY. XLY is the consumer discretionary. And if we go over here to holdings in Seeking Alpha, and by the way, a lot of this stuff is free. If you go to holdings, look, 24% is Amazon, 17% is Tesla. It's almost 50% right there. What's that? 30, 40, 41%. 41% of this ETF is Amazon and Tesla. You've got Amazon with the holidays. You got Tesla with the Cybertruck. So if you wanted to pull that one up and buy XLY, XLY is in the core portfolio. So I do own a large portion of XLY. Down here at 151 was a great buy. But if you take a look at XLY and we just look at a weekly, you're down around the 200-day. So I don't think it's crazy. You had that death cross, but the 50-day didn't go down too much on this one. So I don't think it's nuts. Am I buying more? Probably not. But I am looking at Tesla with the Cybertruck. I really, really like that one. If you're not following me on Twitter, I would suggest you follow me. I post a ton of stuff on Twitter, X, Vozface, whatever you want to call it. But one that I posted the other day was this one. And Shea Bowler, he's part of Savvy Trader. And I'm on Savvy Trader as well. He has a paid portfolio on Savvy Trader. He posts some of the best stock stuff that I've ever seen. This one was a solid post. 5 predictions that will happen in 2024. Salesforce buys Twilio. Cisco acquires Zoom. Netflix acquires Paramount. Team acquires PD, which is, I don't even know what PD is. Microsoft provides Zoom info to boost its data analytics with LinkedIn. So, it's solid plays. Again, you could buy any of these stocks, and if any of it happens, I think you're winning. You could buy Twilio, you could buy Zoom. If any of this happens, you could absolutely make out like a bandit on those. You have to buy it before the sales are announced, though. But he's solid. I would suggest following him. Sign up for my newsletter. You'll get a link to that. Go to my Twitter. I retweeted it. You can go and watch it. Let's look at social requests. Brian from YouTube asked me to look at AES. Isn't this the drone company or something? Let me look. AES. Down at 13. It's trading at 16 now. It's AES Corp. Utilities dividend. Let's go down to the bottom. Engages in provision of power generation and utility. It's not the flying thing. It operates, so it's a utility, U.S. and industrial. Let's see. The average price target is 21. It's trading at 16. They are losing money. So it's not making money, a utility that's losing money. It's got a 4% dividend. Its most recent was downgraded from UBS from buy to neutral with a $13 price target, and it's trading at 15. You got to worry when the most recent, which is October, brings it down to 13. There's some type of news in this. Leon Cooperman, who is a fantastic, one of my heroes. Let's see what he says about AES. I don't see AES. There it is. So as Mr. Cooperman remains cautionary about the market, it pays to see which stocks, the AES Corporation, Microsoft, and Citigroup. So that's what he likes. We took a look today at some notable names are the AES. Yeah. So, Brian, I don't know if it's a good buy. I'd probably stay away from it. Remember, I'm a big cap guy. I don't like a lot of this stuff, but Leon Cooperman, he's a solid individual. So if you wanted to trade that one, I would look at that. I would look at more of the stories and the background on it. SGD. Let's just look at SGD. This is safe and green development. This has been, this looks like a hype stock from 67 cents to $3.81. SGD, let's go over here. This is safe and green development. It's real estate. Market cap of 38 million. Good luck in filling shares on this. They have 16 million shares. I would stay away from it. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. It's an IPO. You have no idea what's going to go on here. It's 38 million bucks. They're not making money. They have cash on hand of nothing. Nah, stay away from it, Brian. Not worth it. All hype. William Morgan. Hi, Gary. Love your podcast. Question for you. This is from Spotify, by the way. I bought UVXY and sold calls against it in September, which was a great move, but now I'm stuck holding. I like having a hedge to my big tech. When best time, but should I sell? UVXY? Let's see. UVIX is what he says. UVIX, yeah. Let's look at UVIX. This is a 2 times long VIX futures. The VIX, if I go over here to, we're just going to type in the VIX because we want to see the S&P VIX. It's 13. Look at that chart. I mean, with this November rally, it's been down. I mean, the VIX is just broken. The VIX in rallies like this, if we're going down, you're going to see this one. I have no confirmation on the 4-hour. I don't know anything about options. I would not buy into UVXY right now. UVIX, this is 2 times. UVXY is the one that's 3 times levered. This is the pro shares, and it's just not showing any confirmation. Like I said, over here, November 15th, I think we have to go up at some point in time. This was at 1175, but it's got no confirmation. I tend to stay out of those things that have no confirmation. So, William, I can't help you on the options. If you're down on this one, I'd get the hell out, because I do think personally, as a bull, I think we're continuing on this rally. There's just no stopping this rally. You may have some pullbacks and you may have an opportunity to get out during those pullbacks, but with a shortened, with the low volumes that we expect to see over this time, I just can't imagine the VIX getting some type of shock. I just can't. Honest to God, I can't. Zach, XLP seems like a solid consumer staple stock with names like Costco, Pepsi, and Walmart. XLP, ironically, Zach, it got another cross up here. So XLP, we can take a look at this. If we go over to FinViz, or I'm sorry, let's just go over to Seeking Alpha is better for stuff like this because it provides actually better. You can go and look at the holdings. Procter & Gamble, Costco, PepsiCo, Walmart. I mean, this is a solid name. 25% of this is Costco and Procter & Gamble. It's got 39 total stocks. So you can take a look at the holdings if you want. As far as the summary goes, you can see Black Friday. I mean, this was a solid buy for Black Friday. If we look at the chart, you were in at 67. You're down below the 200-day here at 70. This got beaten down because of the potential of the weakness in the consumer. So you're right around the 200-day. I don't see any problem with buying this. If you think the consumer and this year is going to be a solid gain for the consumer, this is where you go, XLP. Just buy it. Just buy it. Some of the scans that we have. Let me see. Did I go over everything? Some of the scans we're going to go over. Costco. Costco, just solid play. Let's look at Costco right here. It's kind of even. I've written this one on a weekly. I said, hey, this is just going to continue to go. The reason you want to buy this let's just get out of the strategy so you can see this. The reason you want to buy this is really because if you have a membership increase, this stock is going to fly. And you can see if we go, this is all the way back to 2014. You can see we're in the bottom part of that channel. So I don't think it's too high. The problem that you do have is some of the valuation on this. If we go to Costco, the valuation is the forward PE is 34, the PE is 41. Now that's pretty expensive if you look at something like a Target. It's about half. Doesn't mean the Target's going to grow like Costco does. Costco makes their money on membership fees. If you go to Walmart, Costco's still more expensive than Walmart. So you might want to think about Walmart on that pullback. But Costco did have a cross up. Solid play. I like this stock. UNH. If we go to strategy tester and we pull up the 4 hour again. UNH, I've said buy it under 500. It hasn't been under 500 for a while. Got you out right here. Gets you right back in at 544. Just buy it. I mean, solid play. You do have to worry a little bit about the election next year and healthcare. The 50-day starting to move positive again. It's a bit extended. I think I hold this one in short term. I may look at pulling this one, but it's just a solid stock that you want to have in your portfolio. Pepsi, we talked about Pepsi in the core portfolio. It is below its 200-day, 161, gets another cross up. Again, just another bullish move on this. RIG, I've said this one before. Energy names are just tough right now. OPEC canceled their meeting or postponed their meeting. There's a couple of players that want to expand production, but we're already producing enough. China, a pullback on demand. But RIG gets a cross up here at 656. At some point, this becomes a buy. It's got its confirmation above the 9-day right now. So I'd say it's a fairly decent pull. But again, you got to make sure that, the RIG is just, they basically transport oil and gas. So rig is just a transport. SHEL, VNOM, FANG, XLP, SOFI, ARKF. Now, what's interesting about this is ARKF. This has been I read an article from Seeking Alpha. Here, you can go over if we just type in Square. I'm not going to put this in the newsletter or anything, but there's some great analysis for Square. In my crosshairs for undervalued growth stocks, that's from Friday, November 17th. You can see this morning, PayPal versus Block, which fintech is the better investment. USC's record buying. This has been a beaten down stock, and ARK owns it. ARKF, if you want to just own a bunch of fintech stock, ARKF is the way to go. And we had a cross up on ARKF. Oh, come on, ARKF. We're going to put that in. ARKF, you can see, we can look at the holdings on ARKF, Coinbase, Shopify, Block, DraftKings, UiPath, TWLO. Solid list of stocks there in the top ownership. So again, they're partial. It's going to grow, but you can see if we go to a weekly, ARKF has not done well. ARKF since its inception, $50 there. I think this is putting in its base between probably 15 and 25, I would say. So if you want ARKF, it crossed up. An interesting one, some of the shorts, TSLS, which is a short of Tesla, TSLS, 1 times bear. This got a cross up here at 2029, thinking that with the CyberTruck event, it's not going to take off. SVXY, we talked about UVXY, SVXY got a cross up. That is the inverse. That is the short, thinking that the VIX is going to continue to go down. This has been the most solid play here at 80. It's now at 97. So in pre-market, 97.27, but that gets a cross up. I will include a list of levered ETFs that had cross ups. So if you want any of the links in my my podcast here, sorry, I am sick and it's hard for me to continue, but I'm going to cut it short here. Linktree, linktr.ee. Do not miss the Black Friday sale with Seeking Alpha. Do not miss the Cyber Monday deal with TrendSpider. The Linktree right here. You can get the newsletter. The newsletter is the best thing. So, okay, take care.
Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears.